about my locations yesterday and
Yeah,
that too.
going to some of that.
Oh yeah,
I got a bunch of topics rattling around my brain.
yeah. Those are the two main ones: the cemetery and that Helltown. Since I'm doing a lot of that too.
Keep doing it all. If you do it for another like 10 years, I'll write a book about you called The Man in Helltown.
It's funny that you mentioned that because there's two people that I talked to yesterday when I was doing a live. You can ask if anybody joins us. That I was explaining where certain things are, where people get misconstrued.
Yeah.
About certain.
Oh, I'm not going to take any of your stories from you. I'm literally just going to write a book from my perspective about you called The Man in Helltown.
Man in Helltown. Might as well, because I've been all over that area.
You can write a book. I mean,
you probably write a book better than I can.
Well, I trained in that kind of area before that. I was something I specifically took classes for.
Yeah. I'll just babble on and say and whatnot a lot.
Yeah. I'll call it The Man in Helltown and whatnot.
And whatnot. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
I'm glad we already got like some good in between jokes with you, and you and I got my backpack one, which is hilarious.
Oh,
that's an old school one now.
And someone made it. There was a silly phrase at the Helltown barn because I finally ventured inside because, and there's a stupid phrase up there. Penguins do not float.
Penguins do not float?
Yeah, I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt in emoji style, like Gwen Clapper commented on my.
Oh, that's funny.
I was like, that's another t-shirt idea with the emojis. People are like, what's that mean? Penguins don't float. Penguins are not boats.
Penguins are not boats?
Penguins are not boats. That's what it said. Sorry.
Okay. They're not boats.
They're not boats. That's what the Helltown barn told me, so.
Although there's probably a creature that rides a penguin somewhere.
Possibly.
Because, there's always creatures piggybacking. You always see like birds on crocodiles and things like that,
Or it could be sea turtles, mate.
Oh, man. Let's talk about some Finding Nemo stuff now.
No, that's Jack.
Oh.
Sea turtles, mate.
Oh, God. I totally forgot, yeah.
Oh, you're fine. You went back to work today, so it's fine. It's excusable.
Took a nice whack to the head.
Those damn plexiglass glass things made you see cartoon stars for a minute. Hello, guys. I lost the recipe, so I can't make it. Okay, you're already here, so it must have found us somehow. It's a miracle.
Glad you're here, Joe.
Glad you're here, sir.
And if you can't hang around, I hope you catch it later.
As long as it's not the virus catching you.
Nope, don't catch the virus.
Don't catch the virus, sir.
Do my best to avoid that.
Yeah.
Did blow out my voice today, which was fun.
You had to scream through loud machines, music, and plexiglass.
Yeah, and a mask as well.
And a mask as well. That's right.
Yeah, it was a fun day. I have a lot of interesting.
Well, glad you were able to go back to work.
I am too. That's why Abby was like saying I like played it off and I made a smaller deal about it, and it's just because I'm just glad to be back to work. That's all I care about.
Right. Back to a routine.
Going back to work and causing issues. My first day
a
back.
new kind of routine, but the same routine with different.
Yeah, it's like the same routine with more steps is what I'm calling it. Yeah, just extra steps. Yeah,
extra precautions.
Which I mean, I've adapted in situations. Like that place I've watched it grow because I've been there for almost 5 years, and the company's 10 years old, I think, or a little bit over 10 years old. Mm-hmm. I saw a lot of different changes. So I've definitely grown to adapt through all those different changes there. And this is just another change, so just getting through it.
It's going to be a lot of changes for everybody.
I just can't wait till things settle down.
Like I was saying when I was walking, if anyone checked that out last night, I took you on a little Mother's Day Helltown special yesterday. And I did the full hike up to the end of the road in the barn. And extra special view. That was pretty tranquil.
Yeah.
And that's where I ended it. And that's why I took the
That's where
video.
you ended it. That's where you ended somebody's life. There's bodies out there,
I
guys. You
know.
gotta go check
Actually, there was a couple before me that went through that trail, and I went up higher, so I won't ruin their moment.
it. Yeah.
It was a nice view if you want to take your loved one there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you had to walk up the hill Stanford Road, but that's about it, really.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
It's a nice
after
spot.
that. Yeah. After that, it's no big deal.
Well, and we've moved through a lot of different lands in Ohio.
Oh,
so
God, yeah. We hiked through many areas. We covered a lot of ground, especially in that park. Oh my gosh. I'm sure we haven't covered half of it yet, but
yeah, there's still a lot of trails that we need to work around, but in time.
when it's not wet
Yeah.
or muddy.
Yes,
or
that's a hard
flooded.
thing about some of these trails is because there's so many runoff areas and stuff in them.
You got the Cuyahoga River overflooding sometimes.
Yeah.
That too. There's a lot of creeks that bleed off of that too. That's why it floods sometimes in that area.
Yep.
All right.
So I hope everybody's having a good Monday. I know to some people that's not a thing, but
No.
it's I hope you're enjoying your day. It's been a slow one today, as in I'm moving slow because I've been running around all day.
You've been running around helping.
It's funny. I was sitting down to eat, and I looked at Abby, and I'm like, "It's 7:40 right now."
Well, you worked today, and it
took me a minute to calm down and actually be able to sit down and have my dinner was done. I think almost an hour before that, but it was just like it took me a minute to actually sit down and eat.
I didn't leave the house today, so I cut my hair, shaved. Oh my God, it's blinding you. I'm sorry.
I just shaved my beard.
Yeah,
like an hour ago.
Oh, hello, Charlena. Welcome.
Yeah, I had to trim my beard down for the mask because it's hard with that big beard.
She joined me for the cemetery one.
Nice, Charlene. I'm glad you've been checking us out so much. We always appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
And Joe, we always appreciate you. We've said that a million times at this point. Yeah. I love it because Joe's been around since almost the beginning of the shows and everything. And
there was another electrocution joke in one of the videos again, and Joe caught it. He says, "What is this Joe you speak of?" Always a funny guy, man.
Joe, I hope you're not blind.
No, Joe, you are not blind. Stop it.
If you are blind, I'm sorry.
Lay off the alcohol, sir.
Just listen to a lot of music because music is apparently better for the blind because they can hear different things.
Yes.
Or hear more things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Their other senses come alive if you're blind.
And no beer tonight. I'm actually just having a tea because, like I said, I blew out my throat pretty good. So I'm just going to drink some tea with some honey and let that soothe me.
Oh, sorry about the signal again yesterday in a cemetery. I wasn't expecting that. I guess we were still between the half mountains, as Linda said.
Joe said you got to keep the hat on.
I'm sorry if I blinded you. God, that's probably where the blind. Oh, yeah, I get it.
Oh, now I see.
Boom, ding. All right. Sorry, my chrome dome blinded you.
The comment came in, and I'm like, wait, and I didn't even think to put it with that. I'm sorry, Joe.
The hair was getting
too much. Look at me being silly over here.
Was it over a month and a half since I haircut my hair previously? Yeah. So it was getting quite nasty when I was going out on the hikes.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to cool off better. I know. Thank you, Joe. I'll keep my hat on for now on. I'm sorry for blinding you. You got your sight back after that atrocious sight of my bald head. God, you guys are hilarious.
Luckily, the lighting's not too crazy in here.
No.
We'll get that new power light and shine it on it and see if it does anything better.
Or I get my new light for when we're filming in dark places. It'll bling right off of there. It's like, it's just Chris's head. Put a hat on. Anyway, we're going to talk. We're just making it up as we go today.
Yeah. And, as always, if you want to toss out any comments or any questions, we're always appreciative of you guys giving us your stories because so many of you guys have submitted great stories. And, yeah, it's we always appreciate a lot of that. So I'm pulling up the YouTube real quick. So
it's on you. All you can see my gray crown. The struggle is real. I'm going to see how long I can't stand it. Oh, the gray. Yeah. Yeah, the gray's still down here, but I kind of trimmed that up because I know pretty soon when I go back to work, I'm going to have to go to a regular like this just for a mask. Or I don't know how it's going to happen because I'll be in a bunch of cubicles, but there's going to be supervisors around. I don't know how it's going to be. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe they'll have it like in your cubicle. Maybe when you're locked down, you're okay.
The piece of plexiglass.
Yeah, the piece of plexiglass. Just don't hit your head
Stay
on
over
it.
there.
Yeah, don't hit your head on it.
Is that secure? I remember this incident with my son-in-law. It bounced off his head. Not cool.
Well, and I was saying upstairs, like, no, I don't want to talk about that. Never mind.
Oh, I know we was talking about your hair. I know it's growing.
Yes, dude, look at this, man. I'm going so crazy right now.
Hey,
it's so awesome.
Is it as long as his?
I'm sure she's probably got me knocked out by
a few more.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The man locks over here, the lion mane, as we call it.
Yeah, I like my lion's mane. And it's funny because I almost cut it right before all this stuff started kicking off, and
it did not.
I didn't, and it's like, all right, I'm happy with it.
I remember those short hair days. That was weird. I know what you look like with your short hair, but it's like I can't see you with short hair right now. Because
oh yeah, and if anybody ever wants to see it, there's plenty of pictures on when we first started hanging out together. Yeah,
it was
most of our early first year or so.
It was our first year investigations. Yes.
Yeah, because I didn't start growing it out until last year.
It was deep. I think you still had a little hair when we met Steve.
Yeah, no, I had it it was a little shaggy when we met Steve.
Yes,
yeah,
it was still
because you have that picture up as the profile picture, right?
Yeah, I put it back up because everyone liked that. I was like, I try to change it up that part a little bit once in a while. So
yeah,
I don't think everyone's getting a kick out of her no trespassing, but
yeah. What's nice about my hair, man, and it's what we were just talking about. When I just wash it and I let it dry out and everything, and just brush it through, it just poofs out and it just looks like a big giant lion's mane.
I just need one of those things that cut it closer, those shaving things.
And when the beard is full, it all comes together for one big thing.
Yeah, like a redhead Jesus, redhead Jesus.
Oh man,
she says mines are just a little longer.
So a coworker was talking to me today, and she was asking me. She knows all the stuff that I talk about and all the stuff we talk about on the show, and so I've mentioned it before. She's like, "Hey, what do you think about all the UFO videos that are popping up and everything?" And I was like, telling her about everything, how I felt about them and everything, like all the interesting elements and how realistic it is and how interesting it is to see the perspective of trained military personnel approaching a craft that they're not sure of the origin and everything like that. And then I followed it up with, yeah, but I also said all that back in 2015 or 16 when these videos first started popping up and everything. And she's like, oh, I'm like, yeah, most of the videos you're seeing now, they're not anything really new. It's just being released by the Pentagon and not just being something that was released in documents from, I think, the Naval Air Force or the Naval Air, because the Navy has planes as well.
Navy and the Air Force.
Yeah. Both. Yeah, the one was the Air Force and one was the Navy's. Yeah. So those Navy pilots were definitely they and the one guy was like a 15-year vet or something, or maybe even more, and yeah, and he was not shaken, but just very curious and very clueless. And I mean, somebody who's been spotting crafts for that long, you at least have some kind of idea of what you're looking at when you're seeing something. And he was just baffled,
and you wonder of all the pilots out there, how many more stories are out there.
And the military types aren't the ones who would talk about tales of a UFO or anything.
You probably go in the
put you in a loony bin or
first sergeant's office or human resources manager or psychiatrist is like, what's wrong with you?
Oh yeah, no, I don't wash my hair each round. I take showers regularly, but I'm the same way. I wash my hair once or twice a week, at best, just to make sure it keeps its natural oils and stuff like that. I luckily I've got a buddy who's got really long hair and he's kept it really, really crazy good for a long time. So I'm
sure he's trimmed it once in a while.
Oh, he trims it, yeah, but that's part of the process. I need to do a trim to get some of this going some more. So I don't know how long I'll take it, but I like where it's at.
But yeah, we were talking about. Didn't you talk about UFOs? I've been talking about all this one Facebook group because I get a lot of invites to different groups.
Yeah.
because of the vast array of friends that request me to have to weed out. Then somebody's, oh, look, there's another sighting. Here's another. They don't look real.
Yeah. Well, and you got to be careful with some of that, you know?
That's Photoshop. It's like one's taken off from the pyramid. What? They don't look real. How can you put this up here every day, a sighting? I'm sure there's sightings every day that are real. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of people want to put that fake crap up there. Oh, look. No. The military stuff that they released, yeah, that, like you said, that shit was leaked, not released.
Yeah, it was leaked and then they confirmed it. Yeah, that's how. Yeah, but it's just like, you know, I'm glad that people are showing more interest in that stuff, and I'm glad people are trying to see some of that stuff. But you know, go deeper. Look at what stuff's actually coming up and everything, because there's a bunch of interesting stuff when you delve in.
Just don't read the headline, go into the stories.
Yeah, and also be careful when you start delving into information, and like especially when you start looking into like aliens, the government stuff and everything. There's just a lot of misinformation and a lot of places that like certain like things will go down certain rabbit holes, and next thing you know, you will have a very depressing week because you'll find out about some stuff you don't want to know about, you know. And the only reason I say that is because I've been interested in a lot of different deep stuff, you know, like deep web stuff and stuff for a long time. I'm saying stuff way too much, but I started to really get into that, and I started that I was like 14, 15, you know, and I'm 28 now, so I started to really go into stuff, and then I was getting extremely depressed because I was reading so much negative stuff, because there's a lot of bad stuff that's happened in, you know, the world and like the government, all that different stuff that's, you know, any kind of powers, you know, always there's always going to be some really dark stuff to their history and everything. And being a 14 or a 15-year-old, you know, you're going through your own mix of all mental emotions and stuff.
Okay.
And you start reading stuff like that. It's like, it changes you a little bit, you know?
I'm sure if my dad would have stuck around, I would have got, because he was a big.
Yeah, you were telling me that. You said me and him would probably have some good conversations.
He would, at the beginning, before he kind of flew the coop, he was big into the conspiracy theories and stuff like that. And I probably would have been caught up in all that if he stuck around more. Yeah,
and that's, you know, you pick up some of your dad's interests. I have some of my dad's interests, you know. So
I'm picking up late, because
that's me same way, you know, like a lot of the stuff I just kind of rejected early on, but now that I look back on it and I see myself now, I'm like, yeah, no, I've definitely picked up some of his hobbies and stuff. Certain ones.
He was big into the ham radio stuff.
You were telling me that. That's a fun little network and a community and everything.
I've heard about that, and there's actually, well, it was at Summit Racing, they have their own little store of all that equipment.
Oh, really?
In there, and I was looking around before one of my interviews back.
Maybe we should get a ham radio for the studio. We could run an antenna right out the window here.
Yeah, that would be down. They got so sophisticated mics and stuff. I mean, it's a lot better than it was back then.
We could have a ham radio minute or like ham radio time on some of the shows.
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that unexplained, or we might pick up a weird signal somewhere.
Yeah. That's what we'll do. We'll work together on that, and we'll get something like that down the road. You know,
who else? What episode?
We've been picking up so much. Like you just put in an order for some equipment. I've got some books. I've got another Grove and Grotto package coming. It's a smaller one than some of the past ones we've got.
So when we go live, we won't hear the wind. Some of these mics cut out.
Yeah, he's got some mics. He's got the big light.
The little ones clip onto here, so those little dudes now go to your phone.
Nice.
Even with that gimbal you got, I noticed that little bit of interference.
Yeah.
But I actually walked them down the abandoned road because I went too far up. So I was like filmed with my other phone, just a nice little walk. And I noticed I was still getting used to it, but how much smoother it is.
And you saw you can move the thing around with the thumbstick?
I was getting used to it.
Yeah, it's a little hard at first. But
it's a little hard at first, but I was getting the hang of it by the time I walked them down the creepy road, hill road, as I call it.
I got to get a new one for my phone, you know, because
you call it. Use it. I think it's one of those jack ones.
Yeah.
Instead of the.
I'm gonna pick one up for this, you know, size and everything. A better one. I definitely think that's necessary.
Gimbal would probably be better for my hand than holding that Goliath.
Well, and I also want to start just on like not the paranormal side of things, but just on the hiking side of things with some of the shots I've gotten in nature. I'd love to keep a continuous shot on some things, you know, and actually really get up, because like I've been getting more daring. and like with that spider and
I know the
everything like that.
stomach.
I got right up on that spider, and then like remember that bee picture I told you about? You know, like I was literally like that far away from the bee to get the
Oh,
pictures.
you're pretty close to that frog too.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
on your side.
Yeah,
Because I couldn't jump over because I didn't want to scare him off.
trying to get those high quality pictures. You know, I got a decent camera on this phone.
Oh, we've been blabbing off. It's Tanya, Linda, and Brandy are joining us. We were talking about the equipment that we have coming up, and it goes for like both the pages, my page and the paranormal page, because I want to take better stuff. And I notice on your gimbal that you can put a tripod on it because it's got the screw hole,
Yeah.
just like that.
Yeah, no, and it's got one of those, so you
And
can just pop it right there.
Pop it right there. If
Yeah,
you
I can
wanna
put it
walk,
on one of these at no time.
or
no problem.
extra handle on it, and
Yeah, and you can leave it in an area, and you can, you know, like move the thing when you
Oh,
need to. Yeah, keep really
I noticed
consistent
that.
shots. Yeah,
that's cool.
no, it's got some great features. You know, I definitely am going to get some use out of it. I want to get something, a camera set up better for that one.
I just have it charging up in the room right now. I've been meaning to give it back when you.
Oh, yeah, no problem, no problem. You can use it whenever. I'm not using it right now. What I want to do is get a GoPro to put in it and use a GoPro in it. Yeah. Because that'd really be a nice set in there and everything, and then I could really get some shots, and then I wouldn't have to worry if I dropped it or something, because it'd be the GoPro.
Yeah, about it because I laid it down and the phone kind of fell out of it.
Yeah, because that gimbal's pretty solid, you know.
Because I was using my old S8 and it still takes a good video, and I have a cover on it, anything, and it's like I don't want to break this phone.
Yeah.
Because I was going to I connected it to my Google Drive and actually got some great pics of that old White House, what's left of it, up on the hill.
Nice.
So I was experimenting with it and took a good video down the creepy road to nowhere and took some great pics with it. So I was getting the hang of it, but it just got tiring because I put through those little loops in the backpack after a while. Then when I shot the cabin, I used my little setup because it was getting kind of heavy.
Yeah.
After a while, I didn't have enough room in a small pack. All right, what's Charlena? You want to read Charlena's?
Yeah. Did you want to read Joe's real quick?
Yeah, I'll read Joe's. I have heard the stories of the UFOs and aliens when I was younger and never took it for real. Now I have come to respect and learn more about the subject. Well, exactly what we were just talking about.
Yeah, and I think that one of the things that really helped me to start having more respect for the subject is listening to like people who are very, very intelligent, like people with like multiple PhDs, people who have like studied and really know exactly what you're talking about, you know, what they're talking about, because it's like when somebody can break it down to like the scientific level, how these things could possibly exist, it's really an interesting perspective.
Yes.
Charlene was saying, my father has a knowing of things, but I didn't know until I was an adult when my mother told me he told her the day I would be born and my weight. So her dad, he just had like a clairvoyancy of sorts, where he just like he could just know. It was just his mind, something very perceptive, and also probably had you know, like I said, that like level of clairvoyancy and everything. I might have mentioned this before, but can't remember, so apologize if it did. No problem. Yeah. He was in the Navy on a ship during the Vietnam War period when I was born. Okay.
My dad served the later parts of Vietnam.
Well, and Wally, my mentor figure, he was in the Army at the time and was about to be shipped off to Vietnam in I think like a couple of weeks. But a week before he was about to be shipped off, they realized that he was supposed to be going home that week, so they sent him home because he had already served his time. It was literally right at the end of his time, and that was right before Vietnam actually happened. So he missed Vietnam, and part of me is glad he didn't, because the gruesomeness and like all the things along with that. But I'm just glad he's here with me today, because you know he was a great mentor figure for me. So I guess I'm a little selfish there.
Oh, Tanya says, was that an actual serious statement from Joe? Yeah. Joe can have some.
Oh man, Joe's got some stuff, you know,
Yeah,
or he's just really getting deeper with his jokes. You know, he's just taking them down. Now.
He's taking deep now.
He's gonna pull up with something, you know, like say something else.
The rabbit hole of jokes. He's got a whole book in his head.
I'm glad, because sometimes I feel like we're rambling on with jokes and going too crazy, and then Joe will say something. It's like, all right, at least we got the jokesters in here with us too.
It's good that you mentioned Vietnam there, Charlena. Not in that war sense, but I was just randomly picked up on was watching some YouTube, and it talked about those kind of Bigfoot over in Vietnam that the soldiers encountered. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally different from over here. Then they would actually attack, and they found Vietnam soldiers all without bullet holes dead. I can't remember the whole story, but it was back in the Vietnam. Some of these.
Well, maybe you can find it and post it up tomorrow.
I'll post it up later. But
Yeah.
it was quite interesting. They have different
characteristics.
Yes.
Yeah, characteristics. Yeah.
I can't talk as usual. Whatever. Than they do over here with their brethren over here.
Yeah.
And they're over there. They're only like 6 foot, or that's it. And they're not as hairy.
Dang, I'll be taller than them. You'd be like,
but they might be stronger and rip your.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Like some of these old soldiers, they found. In some of the instances, they said they thought it was Viet Cong. No, they were. We're not shooting on Viet Cong. We're shooting on something else. And they were throwing rocks, and oh my god, these guys were territorial with those, because most of those battles happen in the forest.
Yeah,
and you're right in that territory of those kind of cryptids. So, some crazy stories. I mean, the Vietnam people over there saying it's been happening for years before the war started. Those kind of Bigfoots.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they probably didn't just appear unless they were trying to protect those lands too. If they follow within that theory,
or it begins with a T. I forget what they call them over there. Two something. I have to look it up, or if you guys can look it up, the word of the Vietnam Bigfoots. That's scary Bigfoot over there. Yeah, and it's ours over here are calming unless you walk in their territory. Those over there.
Well.
I mean, because of the war going on, they heard a lot of violence, and they got tired of you coming in their territory, so they got offensive on the offensive and get out of our area, get out of our territory, move.
Well, and while we're on the subject of the Bigfoots real quick, I haven't touched on this, but while I was looking up some stuff for some information on the Instagram post I made about the Mogdor hike, where I was hiking on possibly seeing some kind of Bigfoot territory, and we talked about the rock and everything, and we talked about a couple different times. Well, I just went on to the Bigfoot Researchers Field Society or something like that, or field organization, but it's bfro.net is their website. But if they hear reports, or if there's ever reports in the news of any kind of Bigfoot things, they document it all. And there were 2 within the past 10 years of people. One was within the past 5 years. One was 2 years ago, and one was last year. That had reports. One was a hiking group, and one was 2 people fishing late at night of the same kind of rock being thrown at them and everything. So a large rock being thrown, and they heard it crack against a tree or something behind them and then fall to the ground. And one was along the reservoir in the fishing area, and I was hiking past that and everything. That. And the other one was in some of the hiking trails, and I was hiking on some of the trails in there too. That's where I hiked 15 miles, almost 15 miles in that trail. So it was just interesting to have 2 stories within the past couple of years to confirm a thing that I had happened to me. You know, and again, it could just be somebody out there who likes to mess with people and throw rocks. It could just be a dickhead, and it's just maybe people are encountering the same dickhead because he lives close.
You're in his territory. That's scary Bigfoot over there, or in Pandic, I think. Google it, Brandy. Gives new meaning to guerrilla warfare. It's true. You think about it, yeah. I mean, they did research after that. Someone did after all that, and got some footprints, and they seem similar to the Bigfoot over here.
Yeah.
So unless someone's doing an elusive prank, or they really know their guerrilla footprints, which would you put all that time and effort to do that? I don't know.
Well, some people just like to mess around.
I know people like to mess around.
Like that guy is like, he said for like 3 or 4 decades, he would hike through the woods in like Bigfoot, or like some kind of creature print shoes that he made himself. And he just like made them out of like a pair of old boots and some stuff. And he would just hike through just for the fun of it, just to see the reports pop up in the news and just get a chuckle about it. And we talked about that out there at by the bridge area, where those guys were using that big flashlight and the air horn to make it sound like a ghost train to scare people back in the 70s. Yeah.
And now people will do that, but
beer was involved for those ones, though. A lot of beer was probably involved.
A long day is like, screw it, we're gonna mess with these guys.
Hey, Mom.
Oran Pandic means short person.
Oh man,
Well, yes, it's 6 foot tall. It wasn't as tall as most sightings over here, but still it was very aggressive over there. To some of the stories.
I get all my education about short people from Randy Newman's old song.
I don't know the song, but go
He's
ahead.
got a really funny song. It's really offensive, but it's really funny. Randy Newman was a pretty interesting character back in the day. Then he got into Toy Story, being the soundtrack of Toy Story.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it cannot.
Brandy's already sharing the. If you want to go to the Wikipedia, there it is. I will do that later.
Orang Pendek.
I will share it on the page. Well, I'll share most stuff tomorrow. What we talked about tonight, so that way everyone's got to like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. And luckily, this guy is going to be taking care of that stuff. I've been posting some stuff on the Facebook, and obviously, I've been doing some of this Instagram, and I'll be still posting stuff. I just got to find a second. But I'm back to work now, so it's a little harder.
Oh, Tyler's mom, we're making up as we go Monday.
Yeah, there's not a specific one. We've been talking about
He
a couple
was
things.
working and helping Wally out today. So
Yeah, I was out for a good chunk of the day, and then I came home and did some dad duties
I
for a
was
bit.
letting him rest, and I'll just say we're making up as we go Monday.
Yeah, yeah. We'll have something better. We'll talk tomorrow. We'll have something better for the Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to have the Grove and Grotto package by Wednesday, so we might do an unboxing, or we might save it for Friday.
Or save it for Friday.
Yeah, who knows?
We'll see. We always see. So that's what the topic is. Whatever, I'm making it up. I was going to say whatever, but it's not Wednesday yet.
Yeah.
I'm almost going there.
Charlene was saying that she's in the Appalachian American group on Facebook, and she's seen a few posts of pictures people have taken of Bigfoot. So that's a good area for it. The Appalachians, that's definitely a lot of place to hide in there.
I've seen some of those, not that group, but some people invite me to different cryptid pages or groups. And I just accept it because I'm kind of curious, and some random stuff pops up, and I've seen some of those pictures. It's like, yeah, hopefully that's real. I hope people ain't faking that crap, because please don't take that faking that crap. Oh, Joe's already sharing stuff too. Better not be one of those joke pages you secretly have there, Joe. I'm teasing. You can share anything you want except for porn.
Yeah, just please don't ever share porn in the chats.
We're gonna get kicked out, sir.
Oh man, that would not be. I would definitely have to.
You have been kicked from Facebook. You're in Facebook jail. No.
Well,
no show for a month.
You would be able to see the show at all ever again if you post porn in the show in the links.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't have that.
Be very upset.
We have to have rules. that like very few rules, but at least that one.
At least that one.
No, I know Joe's not gonna be posting porn.
He's a good guy. He wouldn't do that. We have,
but some rascals might pop in.
Yeah, rascals might pop in. We've been pretty good about not having those kind of under the bridge people.
Yeah,
as I call them. We had a few sightings in Utah the last few years. I believe it. And that's how more sightings and stuff has popped up because people are now getting more open-minded about it, just like the UFOs and the cryptids. People are opening up more to the idea.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just how it works. Once you explore some of these topics and start to see some of the evidence, to see some of the reports and the abundance of reports, and, people say that some of that might just be with new interest in a topic, people reporting anything they see as something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But there's, always things that when you see the overlapping elements, when you see the evidence that people are pointing out, that's where you start to see some interesting stuff.
I mean, I always, even these past 2 times, most of my explorers have been out in the Cuyahoga Valley National Park.
Yeah.
And we were always, even when we went to the burial mounds, we always see what was kicking around. And I'm always, I'm losing my train of thought already. I was looking at the chat too. It's like, can't do multitasking. Anyway, when I always go on, even yesterday when I took you guys on that Mother's Day Helltown special, as I call it, that's what I called it, I was watching my back, and I was always turning around looking for those black-eyed children because that legend's been popped in my head. I mean, some people have had sightings, but I don't know if they're true or not. I know the Bigfoot sightings are true because David told us there were some sightings out there.
Or are more believable. Yeah.
More believable. Then Linda's asking about aliens, possibly, because it's a very high, dense forest out there. Aliens like those national parks. Seems. No porn. Be nice to people. Our forests are so dense it's hard to see.
Oh, and Charlena's comment, she said, I don't think YouTube has porn. Everything has porn, unfortunately. It gets taken down, but there's bots that pump them back up and everything. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of it has porn.
Like Joe says,
There's porn
I
everywhere.
was going to share Joe Hub.
Joe Hub? Oh, God.
No,
Oh,
Joe,
my
keep it to
God.
yourself, sir. Save it for the ladies.
Brandy was saying that they don't live far from the Skinwalker Ranch. Oh my god, dude! And it's changed ownership now, and they're like much more like militant, and the security is much more dense out there. I wouldn't ever like trespass on the land, but I would just love to be able to get in there for an investigation with a group for a weekend. You know, definitely would have some armed guards because the reports out there are intense, and I would have my piece on me too.
Oh, here's an interesting cross reference. Charlena says, I wonder if the Native American had a Bigfoot legend.
They have a couple. Yeah.
See?
There's a couple of creatures. They're like, one is a Bigfoot-esque creature, but a lot of their creatures tend to get tied into spirituality, and like a lot of their lore gets tied into their spirituality. So they were looked at in how
there was a lot of different things that. It was also that Wendigo too. There's the
Wendigo,
the
Native American,
Skinwalker.
Skinwalker's Native American. Yep, but all these different things were tied to either like legends or myths or stories, and they kind of made up what a lot of their religion was. So that's why you see like the Bigfoot-like creatures. Some of them were like forest guardians, and then other ones were like evil or had like negative intentions. So yeah, they definitely had some creatures. I don't know the exact ones. I'm probably do a little research and get some more info on that for you guys.
Tanya says Chris's trip to hell. Yeah, it was Helltown. So, what as Charlena says, what is Skinwalker Ranch? We'll share that.
Okay.
Oh, you can explain a little bit.
And I mean, I know that Linda and Brandy being out that way could probably school me on some things, but here I'm going to give the quick rundown on what I've seen because I've watched plenty of stuff on it. Skinwalker Ranch is a large piece of property in Utah that is the epicenter of a bunch of different activity. It's got just a plethora of UFO sightings. There's Bigfoot and Bigfoot creatures out there. Aliens, skinwalkers, and a skinwalker. For anybody who's not familiar, skinwalker is said to be a like shapeshifter of sorts who has made a deal or a pact with a lesser or darker being, and now like is kind of cursed to wander roam the earth in this form, and it's a very negative spirit, and it's known to attack things and stuff like that. So this ranch has been researched so much for the past couple decades. It's been owned by a guy named he's like Robert Bigelow or something. He owns Bigelow Aerospace, and he's like a billionaire. But he owned the property for a long time and did a bunch of researching on there. And now a new guy owns it. He's been more discreet, and I know he's like definitely, I think, been more on like the doing like crazy scientific research. Mm-hmm. But it's just out of all the locations that have ever been reported haunted or anything like that, this location has everything. The buildings on it have poltergeist-like activities, and it's just stuff, and
crazy
the frequency and activity on this property is one of the other things. You know, there's locations that are reported where there might not be an incident on that location for a while. You know, people might go a minute or two, or not a minute or two, but like a year or so, or without a kind of investigation or kind of an incident. Skinwalker Ranch is definitely not that.
Nope.
So that's my quick rundown of it.
It's always hard to get close. You can camp over the ridge by Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh, and she said she loved the walk yesterday.
Oh, I'm glad you appreciate it. Sorry I lost you in the two parts, but at least we got to cover most of it. And you got to walk through the Helltown barn, that was all legend. I mean, I even walked him through. It was actually a slaughter barn for animals. It wasn't for humans. There probably was an accident because a lot of stuff happens on the farm all the time.
Especially if any place has like a, substandard practices,
Yeah, and
Brandy was saying about the wormhole stuff. That's a lot of the stuff that's related to that location. Is there some kind of portals or wormholes? Mm-hmm. And that's why, and the energy level out there is said to be very intense too.
Charlena says, where is it? It's in Utah.
I think it's, I'm pretty sure it's in Utah. Yeah.
In that native land, they believe that before you can be a skinwalker, you have to kill a family member. Oh yeah, okay. Near, I don't know how to say that. Dear,
Yeah,
Brandy,
it's in Ballard, Utah.
and then she says something else. Brandy does.
Oh, okay.
It was I can't. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that if you want to.
Yeah, near I think it's like Dushni. I'm guessing it's Dushni. Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
Shay
yeah,
Sni?
yeah. Dushni. I'm guessing. I'm gonna say Dushni or Dushni. Yeah,
Dushni.
Dushni or Dushni.
Like a gang initiation.
Yeah, like a demonic gang initiation. Yeah. Oh, and I mean, hey, they say creatures like that have their rules, so they would probably have to have some kind of initiation process. You know, like people often talk about like sacrifices to deities and stuff like that.
Oh, she says
Duchesne. Okay.
Duchesne.
Well, see, I'm trying to be fancy.
Duchesne. See, she even made how to pronounce it. Look at that.
See,
Hey, we're learning something new every day. Thank
Du
you.
hast.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Brandy. We appreciate that. Since you're from that area, so we appreciate your knowledge from the Skinwalker Ranch area. I know so bad, but I don't know if it's ever going to happen. We can probably maybe set up a camp across and just watch the sky or watch for any activity outside of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of places I'd like to go. There's parks in Utah I'd like to go to. There's parts everywhere. I mean, I would love to go to the Red Rocks too, to go out to that land and in such that open sky. You know, people see so many UFOs out there.
Utah has dumb spelling.
Yeah. Oh no, it's
okay.
I definitely come from some places of Ohio has some pretty terrible.
Oh
spellings.
My gosh, we have so many Native American saints too.
Well, those ones aren't terrible, but it's just some of the towns. Like I saw a list about like the funniest towns from any place in like all the different states, and we have one called PP Township, just PEE Township.
There's like Texas and Ohio. There's Santa Claus, Indiana. Seriously, you can. There's a bunch of. I was like, what?
There's a Utopia, Ohio.
Yes.
Yeah, we were just hearing about more.
Oh, there's a Nevada, Ohio. It's a really small town off of 71.
Yeah.
Or 80.
Then there's Ohio City, Ohio. Just in case you didn't know, you're in Ohio or a city in Ohio.
Middle of nowhere, Ohio.
And I don't think Ohio City is technically a city. I think it's like a village. Village. Yeah.
Just like Boston, Ohio. I wonder where they got that from. Boston. I mean, I guess you run out of names, so you start calling other locations.
Joe's right. Yeah, Intercourse, PA. That's a real place.
Oh yes. It's my favorite. Oh my god, we have camp. Oh, there was I lived in PA. There was a Hell, PA. It's right before you cross into Jersey. It's a real curvy road and very small. You have passed through Hell. Then you see during the winter when we went there, it's like, look, Hell froze over.
Oh god.
There is a Hell, PA. It's right on the border between Jersey. It's along the Delaware, the river. I think that's what's called. Yeah, Delaware. Really nice little area over there. Had the best hometown pizza on the other side in Jersey. My friend used to say he lived on the outskirts of Intercourse.
Oh man.
Here we we have camped there. Flies from hell. They bite a hole in you and it bleeds so they can drink your blood. Say what? How big are these? Are like murder flies, like murder hornets? Now we got murder flies.
Yeah, we got them all.
We got them all, insects.
And then you got to think about, like, we're talking about like the tarantula hawk wasps and everything and all the different crazy creatures. And then there's the Goliath bird-eating spider is a real thing. And that, what's that, like, big fucking thing in the desert? That big-ass, like, spider thing in the desert.
Oh.
Guys in Afghanistan used to post a lot of pictures with those things. Yeah. Some of them have been photoshopped and everything. But.
Oh yes, we were over there. I was outside of that country, like Saudi Arabia. You had to watch out for those big ass spiders.
And the scorpions and
shit too. Are you fucking saying what? Oh man, yeah, I know what you do. Big horse flies, murder hornets, baskin bees,
Baskin bees, man.
baskin bees,
God damn, this whole thing, man.
camel spider. Ah, yeah,
Oh, that's the one.
yeah.
Yep.
You gotta
That's
watch
the
out.
one.
You gotta watch out. Those things are.
That thing looks terrifying.
You can keep that over there. Thank you,
Yeah.
please.
But it's funny because then like you think like, okay, those are terrifying, but then you look at the cute little black widow, you know, and the black widow is such a cute little spider. I've seen one before, and it's very deadly.
It's very deadly spider. Yes, it is. My ex was over there and they played hockey with one.
Oh God.
What the?
Now was it living or dead?
I
Because
hope
that
it
would be
was dead.
terrifying if it was living.
Yeah, that thing would jump. It's like, oh, it's jumped up my face. It'd be like the scene from Aliens. On your face.
Oh man.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no face huggers, man.
No, we don't need face huggers.
It's always one of the more terrifying things because just the idea of like something just attaching to your head, and it's like, all right,
You were
well,
worried about that wolf spider jumping up and face hugging you.
I wasn't worried. I got right up on him, but I mean, it was. I wish we could have found him. Yeah, he didn't move. He literally was just like, I'm just not gonna move.
I'm caught. Maybe he was still sleeping. He wasn't awake yet. Then all of a sudden you walked away. He's like, oh crap! What was that? Where's my roof at? It's gone. You moved this house.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, I gotta move. Again.
Yep.
Damn it.
Oh man, we got the guys just chilling in here.
When you have been sick, they killed it first. Okay, good. I would hope so. It comes back alive when you after a goal.
Yeah, some kind of like. Could you imagine a spider with like the overall like resilience of a cockroach or something like that, where it just kept going no matter how many times you hit it and stuff? I know there's probably spiders that have some good resilience, but man, most spiders, it's if you want it gone, it's gone like that.
Yeah, that's right. Because I remember there was like a couple little briefings, like look out for scorpions and camel spiders. Literally, I was like, oh, that's just great. Thank you. I'm come all the way across the pond to a foreign country. You're gonna tell me worry about these gargantuan spiders?
Yeah.
And huge scorpions. Well, I know the smaller ones have a worse bite. So
yeah.
Something like out of Fallout. Are we going on spider wise? No.
Well, then you gotta think about the stuff in the water too, man. There's some interesting stuff in there.
We couldn't drink the tap water.
No, I'm talking about the like in the waters in the areas around some of those like the big waters, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like spiders more than roaches too. Definitely like spiders more than roaches.
Evil bugs. Yeah, they do. That's definitely true. Deserts have evil bugs.
Yeah, there's some really interesting bugs out there, man. Well, and like you think the deserts have them, and then like the deep jungles, you know, like the Amazon. Yeah, the Amazon. I mean, even just different areas in our country, and has some interesting things. But you get into some of those deep jungle places, and you get that stuff that, well, if you get stung by it, you're done.
You're done.
Yeah, but by this, you're done.
Bye.
You touch this thing, you're done.
You go pee in
Don't
the water.
eat that.
Go pee in the water, and parasites go up your pee-pee hole. You're done.
Yep. Think about that, like swimming champ. It's like one stream. Joop.
Done. There's a lot of scary stuff, insect-wise. Yes. Then we got damn baskin bees coming over.
All kinds of craziness, man.
Linda says she stepped into a scorpion nest before they nailed 3 toes.
Oh.
Was it a small one or a big one? Because I know the smaller ones pack more punch.
Still 3 toes, man. Whew.
Yeah.
Toes hurt. Toes hurt.
He was there for a year. He came back with huge sores on his legs from the bugs. I believe it. Yeah, you got to be careful over there, man. You really do. Fortunately, I was indoors a lot. So, I mean, we did have a New Year's party outside the base in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Just because we could.
Hey.
I still got that picture. That was one of the best pictures. And was back in the day before any flash camera. We didn't took with no flash, and the fire illuminated just perfectly.
Nice.
One of my best pictures. I still keep.
You got to keep one of those, yeah.
Worst bite I got was a yellow jacket to the ear.
Ooh, yeah.
I remember walking. Oh, I told you about that yellow jacket story. When I was a kid, I walked in and it was underneath a pine tree. I stepped into a yellow jacket nest. I never ran so fast in my life. Those things were stinging me all over the damn place. Coming back, I had to get a special bath because I was swelling up because I was allergic to ragweed.
Oh man,
I thought I was gonna die.
The bees and the weeds were trying to kill you.
I know, both, because they would. I'm always cautious when I'm walking. So if I'm filming something like yesterday through the Helltown, you don't see it most of the time, but I'm always looking down.
Yeah.
I'm always looking up. I'm always looking up and down all around, because that's what you're supposed to do. Because you want to watch out for anything that might come up. And
you always got to be aware of your surroundings. Yep. For sure. I'm always careful when I hike. I'm pretty good at gearing up too, because I'm not somebody to keep too exposed, because I don't want to get like ticks and shit.
No. We keep pretty covered, even though it's like 100 degrees out. We still keep pretty covered, actually.
Yeah, just keep the water flowing.
I know it's too early for that right now, but I still check. I've only caught one on hikes before. It was on my bed because I got hair. It was like, not making your way down there. Get your ass off of me. I burn that sucker with a lighter and flush it down the toilet. Good. That's how you take care of those damn things.
No ticks.
No ticks, thank you. In Arizona, it was dark. Feels like bee sting. I can't even imagine what a scorpion sting. Oh.
Yeah, that one's probably very rough.
That's worse than a hornet sting.
Well, then you got to think about like certain snake bites and stuff like that, because the teeth go, and they're meant to bring whatever in and stuff. Yes. So. Yeah, and then if it's a constrictor, then it's gonna start wrapping her arm or whatever it can wrap. Yeah,
just let nature be its own. Leave it alone. I mean, sometimes you might accidentally run to it, but always.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing is we don't have to occupy a ton of land. We can definitely like give some more land back to nature. Like think about how many abandoned towns are all over the place and stuff like that, and some of those get taken over again.
That's why if I go into anything abandoned, I always have a group with me. I hardly go into anything alone.
No, I know of chiggers, Brandy, but I don't know if we have chiggers around here. I don't think we have those.
I don't know if we do or not, but I've heard of them too.
Oh yeah, no, Charlene, I definitely get it. Like the amount of bugs that I've found on me and ate as a kid, man. Like I used to eat bugs and like take my like bets from people and stuff like that if I would eat it or not.
TT is eating a stink bug before.
Yeah, I think she gets that from me being an idiot. It's just getting payback now.
Crunchy protein.
But
what do you chewing
one time
on?
I ate like a big green caterpillar that had like spines on it, and my tongue swelled up and like kind of went numb. Yep. It was gross.
What, you had a nice cream filling? You think it was a Twinkie or something?
Oh yeah, it was. I think I got like $15 or $20 for that one though.
Oh my god! Did you eat after that?
Oh no, I was pretty messed up for like a couple hours. I think with that one. Yeah. Linda's never had a tick. No, I stay pretty good. I keep them avoided. Knock on plastic.
We still got to check because they can still find a way.
Yeah. I always check myself. I'm pretty good at like whenever I get home, I always like switch to other clothes and stuff. Oh, the pants definitely help. Yeah,
the outdoor pants really help with that. I'm glad I got those things. I've been using them so much. I'm washing after everything I do now. You see me doing laundry a lot. That's why.
Yeah,
because I want to make sure everything's just because of the times though too. But still.
Yeah, you got to keep yourself cleaned up. Gotta wash away the nature and the virus. Brandy's saying she got a lot of them over her when she was photographing in a cemetery in Illinois one time.
Was it an older cemetery where the grass was high, or a forgotten cemetery? Yeah, I could see that. Oh, Jeez, mosquitoes. We'll talk about those things.
Yeah, man. Those, and
Ugh.
especially when you get those ones where it's just like you can see them start to fill up and stuff. It's like, oh my
Would
god.
you ever used to do that as a kid? It made them line on it, then you squeeze it.
Until
and
they,
watch-
in the pop, yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
It's really interesting too, because it's like, well, you're gonna get a really good filling last meal. It's
You
gonna
can
fill
go
you till you pop.
Just like that with that horror movie where that guy eats too much and he goes,
Yeah. Oh man.
PA. I lived in PA. No, there's a lot of stuff to watch out for in PA too. That's for sure. Boy, do weird things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Boys are just weird.
We're weird. We're sorry. We're
Especially in
discovering.
teenage years. I was definitely a really weird teenager.
And as a kid, I was introduced to big black snakes and freaking crabs.
Yeah.
I mean,
As a kid, I was like just drawn to those. I think, I really think that like watching a lot of like Steve Irwin and Steve Corwin and Zaboomafoo and Jack Hanna and all those animal, like really educational animal programming as a kid really drawn me towards a lot of that stuff,
I did get pecked by that mean ass rooster we used to have. God damn,
You were telling me some of that, yeah.
Oh, I hated that motherfucker so much.
No, man, those birds can be vicious. Birds can, I mean, a lot of animals can be vicious when they want to be, but man, birds, they
I
definitely
just
creep me
wanted to
out.
Kick him like a football sometimes. Like, no, don't hurt him. He's protecting the chickens. I'm sorry, but he's a rude, mean motherfucker. I don't care. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, then we helped put crabs in the pot. God, I'm fortunate to get pinched by one of those things.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Oh, I remember as a kid, another dumb thing I did, because we were across from the Chesapeake when we used to swim in that part
Yeah.
of the bay, because it's literally you can walk to it. We were playing with the jellyfish and got stuck.
Oh, that's another one that's tough. Yeah, that sounds so
They're
painful.
so squishy. Oh God. Okay, never mind. Fuck that squishy.
What's up, John?
Hey, John. Oh, to take my blouse off and tie my hands down, and he would dump mail bottles full of grasshoppers. All what?
That sounds like some like horror movie torture
Well,
or some Fear Factor stuff.
after I painted my brother with barn red thinking camo,
Yeah.
then he had to get washed off with the turpentine and paint thinner. Whew, man, I did a lot of. My brother was the guinea pig for a lot of my. Okay, I guess I won't do that one. Check that one off. Okay.
Sure, you got in a lot of trouble for that one.
Oh, I also got a lot of trouble for the one we had a little tree fort, and I told him, it's like, yeah, sure, put all that kite string with the pulley system, see if you can get down there okay. Hey, I was mean till he grew up. Unfortunately, he didn't grow up. Like you were saying, your brothers didn't grow to. You're all the same height, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, my brother Mitch was about the same height as me. My brother Trent is about the same height as me. So
My brother would dare. Of course, I was the oldest. My brother broke my nose and 4 of my toes doing a Jimmy Superfly snooker.
oh man,
Wrestling moves.
Yeah, me and my brother Trent have definitely thrown some wrestling moves at each other. My cousin Justin, one time I was hanging out at his house. It was like a younger kid, my uncle. I think I was staying over there for the weekend. He was like getting jealous of how much attention my uncle was showing me. And so we were like wrestling and he threw me off the bed and I hit the corner of the dresser and busted my forehead open. I had to get like, I think a couple of stitches, but I have a dot in the center of my forehead now from the corner of a dresser.
Dude, it's not the money shot. No. He would make a fire and roast them, and we had to eat them.
Oh man.
So fried grasshopper?
I mean, that's a delicacy in some places.
Over in Asia, yeah.
I love that. I saw a meme about the murder hornets, and it's like those motherfuckers better stay out of Louisiana because they'll put them down there, they'll deep fry them, and just start sucking the juices out of them. Yeah, they'll throw anything in some stuff, man.
I'm sure they've been doing that over wherever they came from before we even.
Yeah,
Because Well, yeah, I think as certain areas and stuff. What else you have to eat? So you can fry up anything you can catch.
Oh man,
Your
you guys are
brother a
cracking me up in
killer
the
mode.
chat.
Tastes like burnt popcorn.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, like,
come on.
and that's the thing about bugs is bugs they have a higher protein value than a lot of other things you can eat in the wild.
This reminds me of the Lion King. They're eating
In
all
the
those
jungle.
bugs.
All those bugs look delicious, though.
I mean, Disney made it look
Yeah,
delicious. They
exactly.
didn't make him look
They
gross.
they all look really good. I mean, a little gooey, but they all look really good. I think it's the colors they chose.
Oh, they were talking about the move. Yeah, it was a professional wrestler move.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
No, I
interesting
think
stuff.
that yeah.
Crispies. You remember that story there, Tyler? 'Cause I
Oh yeah,
saw
I
it
know
pop.
exactly what she's talking about. Just the new medium popcorn chicken. No, it's a quick story. My brother, he he's very annoying sometimes. No, I'm kidding. He's great now as a man, but when he's a kid, he's a very annoying child. And
Aren't we all?
yeah, I was terrible sometimes too, for
Yeah,
sure.
same.
And he's pissing me off. And I was standing on the porch, and he was playing with wrestlers down in like the gravel area, and he was just doing something that pissed me off. So I kicked a crate full of wrestlers that probably weighed like, I don't know, like 15 pounds or so. I just kicked it like probably about as hard as I could off the porch, and it just cracked into the side of his head. Yeah, that's story. I definitely beat my brother up a lot.
Yeah, and mine was a lot of experiments. Mine was see if it'll work or not. He was my guinea pig, as you would say. But he's still living. He can tell you some of the stories.
Yeah,
Chocolate ants are actually good, like Rice Krispies.
I've had a couple of chocolate covered bugs. They're not too bad.
I don't think I've ever. No bug diet for me. My brother will still chase me with grasshoppers, and he's in his 70s. Hey, man, siblings will still do the stuff they did back then.
Yeah, it doesn't go away.
If I was still around more closer, they probably would too. But it's kind of weird because I went out for like a hike and showed these guys Helltown.
Yeah.
My brother and his wife were out on a hike as well somewhere. So we got that explorer gene in us somehow. We love the outdoors. We get hopefully that we can pass that on. Hope that continues.
Yeah, I mean that's what I plan on doing with my kiddos.
Yeah. Because you got to enjoy out there. You got to explore out there. Go explore, as I always say. My little brother, sister, don't matter. We actually all get along. I thought through the grace of God, it was rough. And see, we were just talking about random stuff and insects, and wow, how did that lead up to there? I don't remember.
I don't know. It always goes somewhere.
It led to somewhere.
Yeah, we always have some kind of good thing.
It was a lot
somewhere.
to do with the outdoors. I mean, any of you that joined me yesterday want to talk about any of the stuff we investigated, like the cemetery, the lesser known cemetery, the family, then the Diocese of Cleveland took it over.
Yeah.
And because I don't know if Charlena saw that. She says, oh, there was graves in there before 1860. Yeah, it used to be a Cassidy farm plot, a private cemetery.
Okay.
Before the Diocese of Cleveland took it over, and then they buried some of their higher members in there.
Okay. Sounds like a good place for something like that.
It's only had 21, but I never counted for all 21.
Yeah.
So, but you can tell there's actually the Cassidy family plot with a little fence around it. So that's where it all started. Yeah, so
that's very interesting.
Because it was going in and out, and Charlene was trying to see what was going. And that was some of them wanted me to read it, and I didn't. Some of the questions didn't come through out yesterday either. It was just kind of weird
because the way it was cutting out. You think
it was the way it was cutting out, so
yeah.
I didn't catch some of the comments.
Well, it's hard when you're in certain locations, you know,
especially up in the half mountains.
I remember when we were in Molly and Stark, you know, we were in that tunnel underground, and we got a certain distance. Then all of a sudden, my phone was just like, nope.
Because look how much the architecture was different back in it than it is now. You probably can, but it's more metal. But
Well, and it's the thing is that's the nice thing about architecture. Architecture is there's so much of it, and now that we have these older practices, there's still practice in different areas, but just like the way mainstream homes are made now, you got like your Ryan home setups and stuff, and I don't know, I'm not a fan of stuff like that.
I do see some of the newer houses are getting built like the older style, though. I do like those. There is a couple of
No,
those.
that's the thing
I
is
love
that
those.
you
I hate
have
these
people who are
modern
stuttering.
houses.
Yeah, you have people who are studying these older styles of architecture and bringing those kind of elements into the stuff.
Because it looked like an old house, old farmhouse, but it's actually a new house. So I like that kind of builds. Even when we're going to the parks and you see that old White House in the corner,
Oh
it
yeah,
was built up like an old house. That I like that. I don't like these new cookie color grips.
you know my favorite type of home is though. I like those old like I've only seen them through pictures. I've never actually drove down and seen like the old Southern plantation style homes that open up a lot and like they got like the big long rooms and like the long structure of the house and
The
everything.
roundabout porch.
Yep, the wraparound porch and
Just
everything.
like that general store in Helltown, almost got half of
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's
partially
a
like that. Yeah.
It got a bunch of screen doors.
Yep. And it's just meant to open up so that because of the how the heat is and everything in there, just have natural airflow and stuff.
I mean, you got to look at where that house, that general store, was located right along the old Erie Canal. So having that porch right there and all those windows and doors open up, it can let that cool breeze come in from off the canal.
Yep. Hell yeah.
So they were smart about back in the day. Joe stopped thinking about Twin Peaks. What? Did we miss something? Half Mountains or Twin Peaks? No, they were half. Linda will call them half mountains because where she's from, those are mountains. We have big hills or half mountains.
Yeah, like we don't have like a mountain range here.
I looked it up yesterday. The highest peak in Summit County, which is in the parks, is about 1,300 feet.
Okay.
So I was probably close to that.
Okay.
Because I was like, I can see everything for miles. And it was a beautiful scene. I know some of you stayed around and joined me yesterday. Actually, I probably put that. I shared a couple pictures too. It was beautiful, and I made a quiet 5-minute video too. Still don't know what to do with it. It was pretty surreal. It's like one of those meditation cool music.
Yeah, make your own meditation video.
Yeah, make my own meditation video. I think I just did that. Might throw that up there. I know I love those old plantation houses. I would love to own one. It'd be so nice.
Yeah, they're beautiful, and it's just like I don't know. I like the idea of running around a house like that. You know,
the water was a big force in that town. Yeah, and especially the old Boston Helltown area. They had a bunch of mills around there at one time, and the canal right there and the railroad.
Yep,
that's
an epicenter right there.
That
yeah,
was an epicenter, and that was a bustling little town of industry back in the day. The post office closed in 1957, so that was probably the last time anyone heard of Boston, Ohio. Now it's called Helltown, Ohio, because everyone flocks to that legend. And hopefully, if some people that are watching, I was trying to debunk a lot of things, and hiking at the same time. So it was good for me. Glad you guys, some of you were able to join it or rewatch it. So I've been wanting to do that for a while.
Yeah.
And one of these times we talked about going out investigating out there or staying the night at the Stanford house.
Yeah.
And just go from there. Because people are like, oh, I go there at night and cops kick us out. You have to spend the night at actual reserve at the Stanford house, and you probably can go out and about. Don't try to go to the cemetery at night. They won't let you.
Yeah.
Dum-dums.
Yeah, they don't want people messing around with that stuff.
They know everyone comes check that out for a reason.
When there are people who do silly things out in those places too, so and aren't respectful.
Yeah. Yeah, we were able to talk about those guys that vandaled that barn. I'm a little pissed about that.
Good night, Charlena.
Good night, Charlena. We'll see you on Wednesday. The hills remember we hiked over 10,000 feet. Love to get out there.
Hi, Katie.
Oh, hi. She must know Linda.
I'm guessing so.
I would guess so. Well, welcome, Kate. We usually have a topic for tonight, but we've just been talking about anything.
Yeah, we've had a different. We started off with some UFO talk for a little
Yeah.
bit, and got all kinds of different
Cryptids,
stuff. Yeah, there's a
outdoors.
Bigfoot section in there. Yeah, and we talk about like different hiking and stuff like that.
Insects,
Yeah, talk about eating insects.
torturing our siblings,
Yeah,
guinea pigs. But yeah, it's been an interesting night. I know you're keeping track of the times, so we don't want you to be too tired, sir.
yeah, I gotta go back to work. Sorry if I've been a little bit more low key tonight. I've been working most of the day,
He's
and then
gone
had
back
to
to
take
work.
care of some duties afterwards. So I'm a little worn out. Plus,
Oh,
I
yeah.
blew out my voice earlier. I trying to yell over the masks in the loud shop I work in, and then the plexiglass they have set up in certain sections and stuff. It was an interesting first day back to work.
But you're back to work, so that
Yeah,
was
I'm
a
happy
good
about
one.
that for sure.
Yes.
Definitely happy about that.
Oh,
Always
Katie's
thankful for that.
he's moving to Utah. Nice.
Nice.
Think they'll agree to us move to Utah? Probably not.
You know what, Brandy? We did not read the card tonight. Actually, I shuffled.
Oh,
I cut the deck.
Yes.
We got pulled off in a conversation.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
we did.
completely. Thank you for reminding me. I would never want to miss that for the show. So now everybody gets it. So let me go ahead and pull out the book to have ready because using the Lord of the Rings deck. Yes, I have a Lord of the Rings themed deck. It's not from the movies. It's actually was made before the movies was a thing. It was based off of some of the illustrations off of like some of the illustrated series and stuff. So, all right. And the card. Ooh, it is the Knight of Coins in the upright position. So let's read that guy. Oh, and the page is already taking me there. Nice. Okay. So, the Knight of Coins. As a person, a man who wants to develop his career or vocation. As a situation, finance requires more active involvement to realize full potential. Well, we've talked about putting more money into the show earlier. You've got some new stuff for our investigations and some of that stuff to have better communications while we're in the field.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up some more stuff for us for the show, for some books and some more stuff, another Grove and Gatto package.
Yep.
So that's definitely there. And we're putting a lot of good things. And I think that, as the person thing, a man who wants to develop his career or vocation, we're both working on multiple things,
Well, we're
whether it
both
be on certain professional areas with our jobs and stuff.
Because
And
I
then
know
with the
you
show.
talked about doing like a hiking page.
Yeah,
I'm
trying to edit together some stuff to get some really good shots. And when I'm out there,
on
I try
the
to go.
cryptid side.
Well,
things too.
some of the what I eventually want to do is get a thing set up to where like we hike in locations that are potential Bigfoot locations or places where like maybe increased activity of UFOs are reported, and I want to make a hiking and camping group with that to where like a certain amount of people we can go out and do these things together and stuff like that. Obviously, Chris will be a part of some of that stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I mean,
but that's a thing I've got coming down the road.
and I've been doing my explorers, and which leads into our investigation, so they tie in together. But I work on the paranormal page, I work on my explorer page.
Yep.
Because I like adventure, I like hiking, I like the outdoors, I like older stuff. It's kind of sad little buildings sometimes, like the one I found yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've been both working very hard, and we hope that doesn't change. I know you're back to work. I know when I go back to work, it'll probably die down. I won't go out as much, but the weekends will be full of stuff.
Yeah, we still got some plans for some upcoming weekends, but we get a chance to. So
I was gonna say.
Oh, real quick, just say.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, Linda actually answered it for us. Never mind. We're from Ohio, Katie. Never mind. Linda answered it for us.
Oh,
so,
thank
yeah.
Oh yeah, because yesterday, but I did notice on Steve Hummel's museum, they're back to regular hours.
Okay.
Starting this week.
Okay. I still got to be a little careful for a while, but
I know.
Yeah, I definitely want to start getting to some stuff here soon. So
because I was talking about on Saturdays he's open.
Okay.
And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people going. But
yeah, you're gonna have those Russian people who are just going to go out to places just because they can,
I know, but I'm just going to say that part, his museum will be open.
Yeah.
And be open to the actual, because it's on an old school that his museum's in.
Yeah.
And you'll have investigations open for night too.
Ooh, okay.
So I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, okay. I'm definitely down for that then. Yeah, if we can
make
schedule a tour or we can take our own time and don't have to worry about other people out there, I definitely am down for that.
Yeah. And we can invite Erica.
Yeah. and maybe some other people we've been interacting with. You know,
like,
a small
because I
enough
know
group.
John's been talking to me too. He wants to get back into investigating too, the paranormal, because of he's a clairvoyant. He's very sensitive. He wants to help, so he's going to be probably bring him along. Because
Okay.
he'll enjoy that out there as well.
Yeah, as long as he's down, man, I'm definitely down.
He's down. He's because he got that pentagram, or not?
The pendulum. Yeah,
pendulum. Excuse me.
And that's still gonna get busted out on the show. Maybe we'll bust that out Wednesday.
Oh yeah, we'll bust that out Wednesday. See where we go from there.
Yeah,
because I still haven't heard anything from Jason. They're probably still going through a lot of stuff with the family and kids.
Yeah,
and it's hard for him.
Things are
so
crazy.
I don't bother him too much. I don't want to press the issue. So it's going to be nuts when Wally World opens up. It's already nuts. We talk about over here in Ohio. People go to Wally World all the time.
I don't know. Is maybe Wally World something different for?
I know, maybe
because there might be like something else called. Because I know what we call Wally World a nickname for Walmart.
Yeah, that's what we call for Walmart. I don't know if you're talking about an amusement park. I don't know if those are opening back up though yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, and that's from National Lampoon's Vacation. I don't know if it's actually a real thing though.
She's from Maryland, so
yeah. I mean, things are opening up. I'm still shutting down. I'm going to work and then taking care of my old mentor friend up in Cleveland and everything, and that's about like I'm home and
that's his
feed
own
the kids.
World, Wally's World.
Yeah, that's my own little Wally's World.
Yeah, that's your Wally's World. Brandy says she makes pendulums.
Oh, we might have to get a pendulum from Brandy at some point then, for sure.
We're gonna have to.
Yeah, we got this one. I bought it from my friend Cleveland. He owns a shop in the Cleveland Lakewood area called Cleveland Curiosities. But this is an old one that they used to sell. It's actually cool because this is like from the 50s, I believe. It still has like the original instructions and stuff, and the page for it, or the base for it is really cool.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like the base for it's really interesting, and then it's got the nice little pendulum.
The actual game.
And it's a pendulum. Even though it was made as a game, it's still a pendulum, and it's still something that can be used for communication.
Just the world in general. Oh yeah, that's what she's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Wally World is opening up now. Yeah, I'm still a little scared out there because they could still come back, and if people don't care or think everything's back to normal, which it is not.
Well, and I mean, I was listening to Jen. She was talking about some of the stuff she was doing research-wise for she did a thing for her group of like nurses and stuff that she talks to and for her work and stuff.
Yep. And
they did like reports or did like things that they were presenting, and hers was about like pandemics through history, and she was talking about the numbers of how like as soon as it starts to die off a little bit, then you see the spike, because that's when people think, oh, everything's cool, and then you got like the beaches and all this like kind of situations we're seeing, and then things bow back up. That's a whole other bag of worms there.
That's why I hardly like what was it when we came back from that second burial mound trip?
Yeah,
we walked in. It's like kids walking out. With
we walked up. We pulled into the speedway, and there was two kids who were literally just like backing in and like pushing off and like carrying big slushies and everything.
Oh yeah.
And then their mom, or no, their mom wasn't even with them. I think they were just walking in the car or whatever.
Everyone's walking.
And then like a couple of guys, no gloves, no masks or anything. It's silly, but you just got to take care of people.
Oh, Linda says just ask her for one. She will give it to you. And we have to give something for it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna. Oh, she said. Brandy says that's cool. I never used the base. Yeah, that was part of a game or something they brought up. Was it what year? 1950s. That one.
Yeah, that one's from I think 58 or something like that. Or
was it 53? You said. I forget. It was in the 50s.
Yeah. I think so. It's in the booklet here, real quick. 53. Yep, 53.
Wow, look at my brain.
And it was actually. This is like the patent pending version, so it was before it was even patented.
Brandy says she makes protection bracelets for paranormal investigations as well.
Well, I got a wrist, and I always like bracelets for sure.
I got that military from the
Yeah,
paracord
I wear a
bracelet.
couple of things when I'm out.
Yeah.
Things I've gotten from gifts from people and
Linda
stuff like.
says they need one, Brandy. Say mom's orders. Ordering her daughter. I mean, we'll give you some for them. I got a PayPal. You got a PayPal. We'll give something for stuff.
Yeah. And Tanya was saying she found a cool YouTube channel, Weird History. Check it out. She was watching it for like 2 hours.
Tanya, Weird History. I think that was part of the. No, not. I was watching that about the back in the day, how they handle diseases and hygiene.
Yeah.
I was watching that on Weird History the other day. I was like, ew.
We don't have it on the page, Linda, but Chris can probably message it to you and everything in a PM or DM. Yeah.
Yeah, I could just message me later, guys.
And yeah, he can definitely get that address to you.
I can give you. Then I'll give you something for a PayPal, or we can give just something like a donation.
Yeah, we'll talk about it whenever we get it and everything, and share it off with everybody because we'll be excited.
Because I've been selling the stuff.
I always get excited when we get something new, you know.
I mean, yeah, we can say where we got them from, and I mean that's no big deal. We'll give you credit. We'll put a credit on there on the page.
Yeah, we'll talk about it and everything.
We'll
take a picture, post up
pictures. Yeah, post them up. We're always about that.
Ooh, she made Ben Hansen one. Ooh. Yeah. Remember we was walking the floor at Parapsychon? Man, we saw so much good stuff we wanted to buy.
I know. We were tight on our money.
Yeah, we were really tight on the budget back then.
But last year because I was still recovering from my injury.
We didn't know what was going to be going on. Yeah.
So I didn't know. But the best part, I had enough money to get a shirt and so he can sign it. So that was my highlight.
Yeah, and Steve was nice, man.
Yes, he was. We would have probably, if we weren't Goo and big fanboy and out, we probably would have talked to the other people there too. But we were just so like, oh, we're good. We got to go somewhere. We were like, still on the high. And that's when we took the other picture of the sign just right after that.
Yeah.
We were like fanboying it. It was like, we were just all like excited about it.
All right, Brandy, that's definitely a deal. You do that, and we really appreciate it. But we'll go ahead and I'll make a nice picture on the page and everything, a really nice high quality shot with the card and everything in it too, and give you a little shout out in there so people, if they come and check out the page, they can check that out as well. And we appreciate that.
We're not going to argue. You won't accept money. Well,
I really appreciate that though. We always love a protection. And when it comes from such a good place, and especially, you know, somebody who's a fan of the show, a fan of us and everything, and somebody we've talked with so much, I definitely appreciate that. So,
nice.
A lot of appreciation going on.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Katie.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And like yesterday, when like Linda was joining, I had my protection bags with me, my stones and the ingredients.
Yep.
But I kind of accidentally put it in the wash today, but it's still sealed. It's nice and clean again.
Yeah.
Not sweaty.
Yeah. Oh man.
Because it was in my pocket, but.
Yeah, I keep mine in my one of my fanny packs. Yeah. Rocking the fanny pack like I'm in the 90s.
I gotta keep remembering to pull that crap out of my pocket because I've been washing those a lot lately. And gosh.
Yeah, you washed your stone the other day.
No, that's why I heard it. It's like, it's an awful lot of banging in the dryer today. I was like, oh no. So that rock is clean again. So yeah, we'll do that. And just Linda, just message me and I'll send you the address. Then you can. I think I'm friends with your daughter as well. But either one of you, I'll send our address. No problem. No big deal. Dark Knight Paranormal have bracelets too.
Nice.
Wow. So you. Governor Morris of New York. Where are we going here? I was like, I think we might have missed something. If you search for Facebook for who's it's and what's it's galore, that's my jewelry site. Okay. Okay. We'll have to look that up.
Yeah, we can share that and we'll tag that into it whenever we do that. And we post do a nice big old encapsulating post. And we'll talk about it in the show on the night we get them.
I'm going to mail off Abby's record. I don't got nothing yet for a couple days for my eBay. Then I'm going to go out exploring, but I'll make sure when I come back, I will share all this info.
Yes, he'll make sure later in the day tomorrow he'll get you the address and everything so we can make this happen. We do appreciate that so much though, and the fact that you're so willing to just share that with us and everything. I do appreciate that a lot.
Because I was gonna film the ever covered bridge during the day, but my video got lost in the other phone. It won't load. So I might actually do a live from there for these guys tomorrow and show them the ever covered bridge in the day, as long as there's not too many people out there. Shouldn't be. It's during the week.
Yeah.
In the morning. So, because I want to go back to the cabin again and do some. Because I was talking to Tony Bird again. And did you know there was a nuclear research facility in Cleveland?
Really? No, I didn't know that at all.
I'll share you that.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later. Yeah.
It's like some Nürnberg Falls or something around
Newburgh or Nuremberg.
It's around Cleveland. It's one of the heights.
Yeah, there's Newburgh Heights and Newburgh Falls out there.
Because there used to be a nuclear test facility out there. And he Google Maps me what's left of it.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm always getting stuff because I share. If you share stuff locations and people share you stuff, they respect the location.
Yeah.
That's how you know. And that's how I've been getting some of these locations. And I'm always led by World War II history, trust me. And that's an interesting site right there. Yeah, that's what I'll share. I'll talk about that one. I was talking to Tony, Mr. Tony Bird. Thank you, sir, for that information. Oh, last year everyone got one. Is it almost time to wrap it up for you?
About 5 minutes, yeah.
5 minutes?
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes left of the show.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, man, guys, and I do apologize again. I know I'm a little bit more low key than my typical self.
I'll just keep an eye on time for you because I know you have to wake up.
Yeah, definitely, it's harder to wake up right now because I'm not used to being up that early.
I should get myself used to waking up early. So, necessarily, no, I don't, because it would be a second shift job for me once I start that back up. But
yeah.
I don't know if I do get that computer and stuff from that company so I can start training. That would be nice. Maybe I have to wake up early so I know. But
it's nice to have that part of the schedule. But, man, I got to get myself reacclimated,
Yes, you do. And I don't want you to be up too late. I know we've been having 2-hour shows.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to wear you out too much because you had a long day today taking care of some stuff.
Well, I think for sake, everything's kind of on the mellow side. I know people are starting to go to sleep as well. Let's just go ahead and call it now then.
Yeah.
I don't have too much topic wise more and everything. So yeah, guys, we appreciate it. I do appreciate you guys being so cool about it. I know that, you guys know we have things that we have to do outside of this one, but I still want to make sure I'm bringing you guys a certain level of fun and bring my fun self, So, Wednesday, I think after I get a couple of days of this under my belt, I think I'll be a little bit better off. So we'll see you guys again Wednesday, 9:30. And thanks for checking us out, guys.
And I might
9:30 Eastern, sorry.
Yeah, 9:30. And look out for that. I'm probably going to do that live from the Everett Road covered bridge tomorrow. So tomorrow in the morning, like 10, 11-ish. So I'll go do that for you guys. And then maybe I'll even show you that cabin I found.
Well, if you're live around 11-ish, I think I'm taking lunch at 11:15. Maybe I'll try to check you out.
Yeah, so if you see us go live, then go ahead and you can go on another journey with me tomorrow.
Yeah, guys. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Good night.
And over to the Facebook guys.